Everyone, welcome to today's video. I thought it would be fun to update my makeup basket because it has been a little while since I have done that, and I'm kind of getting a little bored with the products that I have in here, so we're going to switch them out. If you've never seen any of my makeup baskets before, I'm going to go through all the products that I was using this last rotation, and then I will be showing you everything that I'm bringing in for this new rotation. And I'm going to try to update it again about once a month. I just haven't been wearing makeup that much, but now I'm kind of back at it. So now we get to really start using the products again. So I normally keep everything up here. It's like your eye stuff. So this stuff doesn't really change until I run out of something, and then I'll replace it because I don't like to have things dry out on me. There are a couple products in here that are newer. I did finally use up my e.l.f. primer, so you'll see that in my empties, but I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about it. So I replaced it with the NARS one, and I know I like the e.l.f. one better. I know, I'm unpopular opinion with that one. And then I used up the Kevyn Aucoin eyebrow pencil that I was using, so I have this Bubbly Beauty one, and I picked it in the wrong shade, so it's in dark brown. I don't know why I picked that, but I actually really enjoy this, and it has just a nice little brush applicator on there. So it is really dark for me, of course, because I got the wrong shade, but I am going to make it work, so I don't want to have it go to waste. But I really like this product a lot. This is just the e.l.f. Under Eye Brightening Powder, loose powder, and banana that I always have in there. And then I am using the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. So that stuff is pretty much the same except for those two products. And then on the top here, I have mostly my lip products, and then this is more of like your base products. So I'll just kind of go through it from what I see. I did ahead of time pull out all of my project pan items, so that way we could save a little bit of time, because I'd like these to not be as long as they normally are. The foundations that I had in that I switched from the last time was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Soft Ivory. I know everyone says this smells like paint. It really doesn't bother me. I love the coverage that this gives, and I love that it doesn't make my face look too cakey, and it just covers everything for me. So I definitely really enjoy this, and I got this, if you remember, when I broke my no-buy for 2 of them for my shade at the Dollar Tree. So this was like a really good find for me. The Mary Kay, the Aveeno one, and that stays in because I'm just trying to use them up. So that's nothing new. And then I had the Revlon Candid foundation in 130. I believe it is in Ivory. Again, a really good match for me. I love this foundation. I actually probably use this the most, so it's probably down to here already because I just kept reaching for this every time I would wear my makeup, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It has a natural look to it, and again, doesn't look cakey, but it did a really good job of covering everything up. But this one was kind of a fail for me. This is the Maybelline Dream It BB Fresh, and I had it in 110 light medium. Now this was very liquidy. No matter how many times I would shake it up or try to use it, it just was so liquidy for me, and because of that, it just did not give me really any coverage. So I'd have to keep layering it on. I know it's a BB cream, but I have other BB creams that have done a better job, and for this one I just wasn't thrilled with it. So I will use it up to get rid of it, but I would not repurchase this again. I had this primer in here this rotation. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I actually really like this a lot. It did a really good job of filling in the lines I have on my forehead as well as my pores, and it feels lightweight on the skin. I like the pump. I hate this lid because it constantly comes off, but because it's an inexpensive product, I can't really complain too much. So I really enjoyed that. And then for my concealer, I had in the Covergirl True Blend Undercover concealer, and I have mine in the shade L100 Ferret Porcelain. A really, really good shade for me. It does a great job of brightening up under the eyes, and again, it's not too drying for me, and it just blends out nicely. I really, really enjoy that, but that will be going back. On the bottom here, I'm just going to keep going. This had to be separated because it's just too big. It's pretty bulky. This is the NYX Berlin little face palette that I had. I have another one, and it has a highlighter, a blush, and then 4 eyeshadows. I used this a couple times just to throw in the crease, and the blush I used a couple times, but I haven't really played with the other colors in here. It's just because it was kind of set aside. I really didn't get a lot of use out of it, but I am going to put that back. And then this I love. I take pictures of when I bring the product into rotation and then the day that it goes out, so you can see my usage. And this is the Jouer Champagne and Macaron Sweet Cheeks. This is like one of the favorite things I have in my whole makeup collection. So these are just beautiful. They complement my skin tone very, very perfectly. The citrine highlighter is absolutely gorgeous. You might be able to see that I have really got into that one. I use that a lot this past time, and the blushes are beautiful as well. The Delight Me has more of like a shimmery like sheen to it, and the the Romance Me is more of just kind of like a more matte peachy pink, but this is beautiful and it blends out really nice on the skin. It's not too pink that it makes me look like a clown, so I appreciate that. I'm looking for my little towel thing so I can wipe off these swatches, because I do want to swatch some things. But yeah, this is definitely a favorite in my collection, but I am going to replace it with something else and put it back. Then these things I was panning them last year, but I put them in here just so that I can continue to get more use from them and try to finish them up. One of the things is the Ulta little spring eyeshadow palette that came with like a free gift with purchase. I have the littlest bit of this Moonbeam shade left to use as like an inner corner highlight. It's beautiful. It's like a light blue. So once I finish that up, this will officially be out of my collection. And the other product is this blush. You know, I've been working on this forever if you've been with me for a while, and I'm almost done with it. So I actually really like this on the eyes too. So I just kind of throw this on my eyes some days, and that's it, and it looks really pretty. So I'm almost done with that, and I'll be so excited to finally throw that in the empties. And I'll kind of just breeze through this so we can pull in the new stuff and I can show you some swatches. Colourpop Blush Crush palette is one of the palettes I picked. This is gorgeous. I love this palette. My mom got it for me for Christmas. The one shade, just throw that in the crease and then put this Enamored or Blossom Up all over the lid, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I love these shimmers that are in here. So there is Blossom Up, Enamored. I just kind of put that right on top of there, so my bad. And then Pop a Bottle is, I love this as an inner corner. It's really, really pretty. I love that color, so, or that shade. So I really used the crap out of this past time, but I'm gonna put it back and pull some other stuff. Then let's see. I had this blush in. I didn't really use it that much because I was more so focused on the Jouer palette and then trying to use up my little Ulta one. This is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted in 193 Charming. Just a really, nice color, but it was just kind of meh to me, so I didn't really find myself reaching for that. The other palettes I had in was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. So yeah, I mainly stick with the same shades I'm noticing. So the Milk Chocolate, of course, and then I would go in here to use on my lash line. This one and this one, and is it Marzipan? That one all over the lid, and I kind of just stuck with the same colors here. So yeah, I'm trying to work on more getting out of my comfort zone still. It's going to be a a whole while before I get there. And if you saw anything more recently, you probably know that I love this. This is a Wet n Wild Color Icon 5-pan palette in Camo Flaunt. If you notice my hands are really shaky, it's just because I went way overboard with coffee today, so just ignore that. But I love this color so much, and I just cannot get enough of this palette, and I just love how convenient it is to have it. And the gold, you definitely, like I mentioned in the one video, you need a glitter glue for that because that will get everywhere. But I really, really like this, and I really want to get all the other ones. I just have to make sure I can get them off of Amazon. And then I'm gonna just tell you really quickly what the rest of this is. So the Balm Mary Luminizer highlighter, dug into that quite a bit. I had the powder in, was the Maybelline Fit Me in 110 Porcelain. I had in this little e.l.f. face duo in White Peach, and this is really pretty. I especially like the highlighter for this side, so definitely got some use out of that. I'm gonna put that back. This is the e.l.f. face duo in the, what is it, coconut, I think, shade, and it broke, so I just mixed the two of them together and then pressed that in, so that just looks like a really glowy bronzer on me. We have the e.l.f. Bubbly Highlighter. This is going to stand forever because I love this so much. If you want like a really super glowy highlighter, that is for you. You can get that on Amazon too. This little trio is from LA Colors, and I got it at the Dollar Tree. It's just really pretty shades of gold, and they're nice to just throw all over the lid. The e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bali, I believe. This is a lot darker in the pan than what it shows up on the skin. So it's a little intimidating when you look at it in the pan, but once you put it on the cheeks, it blends out. You can almost blend it out to like nothing, and it just feels like silk on the skin. So it is really, really pretty, but I imagine it's probably going to take me forever and a day to actually use that product up. And then I had in the Artist Couture Purple Dream highlighter. I used this maybe twice or 3 times. It's just really pretty, very sparkly highlighter. And my little Wet n Wild Brulee. And the last couple things I had in here were my lip products, so I'll just show you. I probably swatched them all in the last video if you want to see that, but Colourpop Color Luxe Liquid Lip in Prince Charming. This is the ABH Liquid Lip in Crush, I believe. Yes. This CoverGirl Lippy or Lipstick in a cream. I believe it's a cream. Yeah, 235 Champagne. This I wore a lot, so I wore that down quite a bit, and was really happy with that. And yeah, an e.l.f. Classy, it's like a bright pink that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then my little Milani that I've almost done with, and a new NYX pencil that I put in last time. So I'm gonna switch everything out, and then I'll show you everything that is coming in. All right, so now I'm going to just pull everything in. I'll show you. The one thing I did forget about was the e.l.f. Plus Glow Primer Stick. I'm still learning or trying to play with this to figure out how to really use this. So I'm going to leave this in and try it one more time or a couple more times, see what I think about it. But I don't really find it to be anything really useful, at least not to me. So we're just going to keep that in. So I have a couple of the products left in here that I'm just going to work on. Now, let's do some palettes first. I'm going to pull from what's on my basket. So I am super excited about this because I've had this for a little while now. I finally found it at TJ Maxx for $30 not that long ago, and I wanted this since I first saw it, mainly because of the packaging. And now anytime I see anything with a peacock on it, it automatically makes me think of my friend here on YouTube, Andrea, and I will put her channel down below. But now every peacock thing, it makes me think of her. So but this palette is gorgeous. I think this is something that's going to work really well for me at work because it's just so neutral, but it has a really pretty sparkle to it, which I like to still put all over my lid. And I'm really, really excited to play around with this and really get familiar with this palette. But I mainly wanted it, honestly, for the packaging, but I do love the fact that it's more of a neutral palette and has those shimmers. So that is the first thing coming in to try. Then we have the Balm Springs blush, and I don't have, I think I have, well, I have the Balm Luminary Luminizer. I don't have a lot of balm stuff, so I saw this for really cheap at Kohl's. I decided to pick it up and wanted to try it out. So it's just, I figured might as well put it in since it's somewhat newer to my collection. So decided to bring that in. And then I also am going to have this apricot in the middle from Wet n Wild blush. And yeah, I really like these tones on me too. Whoa, what was that? I don't even know what that was. Oh, it's probably the little brush that was here. So it's kind of hard to see it right now with the light. I should probably turn the light down a little bit. Let's see. I don't know if that makes a difference, but yeah, you can see it here. So I'm gonna have that come in. I brought it in. I can't stay away for this for too long because I just love it so much. This is a Nabla Ozone highlighter, and I just really love this highlighter. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, how cute is that? Did you see that? It's a little up. I love it. But yeah, this, I can't stay away from this for too long, and then I have to bring it back in. Plus, it's just so pretty to look at. And what else? I have another palette. This is the Revolution. I think this is the Courage one. Yes, it's Courage palette. I don't think I've played with this yet. I probably just swatched it when I got it and had it on like the haul video. But I thought this would complement the Natural Lust palette pretty well if I wanted like a little bit more color. So I know the Natural Lust one has like a darker or like a deeper pink in there. And that seems to be like the one shade other than a green that kind of sticks out to me. So I really have been enjoying these. So I thought for the fall it would be kind of nice to bring this in. So kind of just complement that other palette. And I did use this yesterday. This is the Party Like a Flock Star from Benefit. So it's kind of like a face palette. And we went to a concert last night, and this is what I decided to just use. And I did not realize how red this color was going to show up on my eyes. It looked like more of just like a pink to me. But when I put it on, it really just looked like a bright red. So it didn't look bad. It's just not something that I'm used to. And then this looked really pretty all over the lids. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I feel like I really have to dig into this and then for this to get this to show up on me. And I was swirling this together, and then the same thing was trying to get this off. But it just felt like it's so packed in there so hard. Like I just did that and it was fine. But when I was trying to get it on my brush last night, I just felt like it took forever to get that to work for me. So I don't know, maybe it's probably just me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing most of the time, but I really wanted to just bring that in and get a feel for it and try to use some of the lip products in there too for fun. What else? Oh, this is cute. If you can find this at the Dollar Tree, this is a good one to find or to pick up. This is the Beauty Benefits Glow at the Flow highlighter, and it's in the shade Ray of Light. And it's actually a really nice highlighter for being $1. It has a little bit of hard pan on there, but I found this on an end cap there, and it's really pretty. So if you can find that, it's definitely worth $1. This was another thing I found at the Dollar Tree. This is a liquid Catsuit Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadow. And what shade are you? You are in Fairy Tale Ending. And I feel like with this, I tried it on the lid the one day. It was just way too sheer. It shears out to like nothing. And now I just did that, and it looks like it's got nice color to it, or it has came off well. But as soon as you start to try to like do anything with blending it, it just goes to nothing. So I'm gonna play around with that. I don't have too many of these types of things in my collection because I don't like stuff that dries out fast, and I know those things do. So I'll play around with that a little bit more, but I figured to have it, to get it for $1, then, you know, I'm not gonna break the bank too much if it dries out on me. I love this. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Translucent Powder, and this is beautiful on the skin. This was sent to me through Influencer for review, and it makes your skin look airbrushed when you use this. It's light, and it really does a good job of lasting on the skin. And I have wanted to be using this since I got it. I just didn't put it in, and now it is time to bring it in because I love this powder. Then we have another little e.l.f. quad. I just got this one. This was in my last like no buy update. This is the e.l.f. pumpkin pie. This is the one of them that I didn't have, so I decided to pick this up off of Amazon. So going to test that one out to see what I think about it. And we just have a couple more products to go. So I am going to bring in 2 new foundations, or newer to me. This is the L'Oreal Infallible in 202 Creamy Natural. So I've never tried this. I know a lot of people really love this, and I'm excited to use it. So I'm going to give that a try, as well as the Huda Beauty foundation. I have it in Panna Cotta. So I've never used this before. This was just given to me. It was passed down to me, or decluttered to me. So I don't know if this is going to be like a good shade for me, but I'll try to make it work. And for my concealer, I am going to bring this back in. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I don't remember loving this 100% when I tried it before. I think it's maybe because of the shade I got. I got it in Fair Rose. But I'm going to try this again. I figured it would be good because it's supposed to be creamier now that we're going to start getting into the colder months of the year. And then I got these from the Dollar Tree. These are primers, so I have one in color correcting clear and then a cool pink, which is supposed to brighten. So I decided to add these as my primers this month and see what I think about them. And the last products are all lippy, so we're gonna swatch them. This one I've had multiple times in. I really do love this a lot. I love the shade, but I love the way that it lasts on my lips. And this is the Sleek Major Matte, and it is in the shade Daydreamer, but I just love this color on me, and it's probably gonna get close to kind of like getting, it feels like it's pretty low actually when here, because I used that a lot before. So that is the Sleek Daydreamer. So we're gonna put that in. And I picked this one. It's a little similar to it, the Bare Minerals in a Swag. And I remember I really, really liked this one too. So I figured I would bring that in. I'm gonna use that. I have this NARS, Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Bahama. So I don't think I used this yet. I don't know, but I figured again another one to kind of complement those eyeshadow palettes. This I'm excited about. This is the e.l.f. Seriously Satin in the shade Cherry. So I mentioned before I'm kind of like loving the reds right now, and that Benefit palette has reds in there too for the lip products, but this is a cherry, so it's a red. I don't know if you can probably see it better now than you probably could in the last video, but really, really excited to use that. And then the last one I have is Do Not Judge Me. I'm trying to use this. You know I don't like to waste stuff, but this is so ready to be thrown in the trash, but I'm not doing it until it's done. This is the Ulta Mauve Me, and it's so busted, and I think it melted and then it kind of re-dried. It needs to go, but I'm too stubborn to let it go. So that is going to be it. So I'm excited to use these products, some of the ones that I've never tried before, to get an idea of what I really feel about them. And then that way I can share it with everyone when I come back to do my next makeup basket. So hopefully there won't be too much of a break in between from this one to the next. So I am loving watching these videos right now. So if you're doing them and I have never visited your channel before, then definitely let me know that you're doing them down below, because I have been watching these a lot lately. And yeah, so let me know down below and I will come check out yours. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.